According to Geopolitical Monitor, nearly 4 years into the war in Ukraine, the conflict is reshaping global security trade and international alignment in ways that extend far beyond Eastern Europe. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, launched in February 2022, continues into its fourth year. As Geopolitical Monitor reports, the war has produced significant military, economic, and diplomatic consequences for Russia, Ukraine, and the broader international system. These effects include large-scale casualties, expanded NATO borders, prolonged sanctions, and shifts in global political alignment. The conflict has also tested long-standing assumptions about deterrence, economic interdependence, and the structure of the post-Cold War international order. According to Geopolitical Monitor, Russia's invasion followed years of rising tensions over Ukraine's orientation towards Western institutions and Moscow's concerns about its Western security environment. The article notes that Russia had previously annexed Crimea in 2014 and supported separatist movements in eastern Ukraine. These actions were widely seen as efforts to secure strategic depth along Russia's western frontier. The reporting also highlights that the war had produced outcomes that differ from initial expectations. These include high personnel losses, increased resistance within Ukraine, and the expansion of NATO's land borders, with Russia as the new members join the alliance. As reported by Geopolitical Monitor, the war has disrupted global trade, energy flows, particularly between Russia and Europe. At the outset of the invasion, the European Union relied heavily on Russian hydrocarbons. Sanctions imposed since then have reduced formal trade, but have not eliminated Russian energy exports, which have been redirected to other markets. The article notes that sanctions enforced has been uneven globally, with many countries outside US and Europe alliances declining to participate. As a result, Russia has continued economic activity through alternative partners and expanded domestic production in key sectors. This matters because, according to Geopolitical Monitor, the Ukraine war has highlighted structural shifts in the international system. The reporting points to increased caution around over-reliance on foreign suppliers for critical resources, contributing to renewed efforts to secure supply chains for energy, minerals, and industrial inputs. The article also describes how many countries in the global south have adopted independent positions, neither fully aligning with Western sanctions nor supporting Russia's actions. This reflects a broader trend toward multipolar decision-making rather than bloc-based alignment. Additionally, the war has underscored limits to economic interdependence as a deterrent to conflict and raised questions about how international institutions adapt when enforcement mechanisms are fragmented. According to Geopolitical Monitor, the war in Ukraine has accelerated changes already underway in global politics, trade, and security. As the conflict continues, its long-term impact will depend not only on events on the battlefield, but on how states adjust their alliances, economic strategies, and approaches to international cooperation in an increasingly multipolar world.